Hello everyone, it's Imran here, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to react to another fan-made Thomas the Tank Engine story. It's once again from a different channel called Railway Sparrow. And this one is called Fitter's Orders. And obviously has the word adaptation in it. So this video actually has popped up in my recommendations a lot in these past 11 days. So I was like, okay, I wonder what this story is about. And I've actually now read the description of the video saying that Derek has to work on Thomas's branch line. I'm like, oh, that's something new. And it seems he's going to meet Daisy, who's also the diesel rail car, who also works on the Farquhar branch until she moved to Harwick, of course. So I've been wanting to react to this, but I haven't really, got the chance to doing it until now. I was like, okay, I haven't had much videos pop up in my new videos pop up in my subscription box. This video was uploaded 11 days ago. I've got pretty much nothing else to do but react to random videos that I just find out of curiosity, and definitely this one was definitely one of them. So I was like, today seems like the perfect day to react to it. So links to the video I'm reacting to in the description down below as always. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this. Fitter's Orders.
The Fat Controller has lots of engines on his railway for many different jobs up and down different branch lines and places.
Normandy.
However, when an engine is ill or was to be repaired, someone would have to go in their place to ensure all scheduled services could run accordingly.
Okay.
One day, this was the case for Percy, the small engine on Thomas's branch line. He was due for routine maintenance, so Derek the diesel engine was to take his place.
Oh, okay.
Derek was mostly used as a mainline inspection diesel, as he easily strained himself when pulling trains. When he arrived on the branch line, he found he was to visit the dairy, where a line of milk tankers were waiting for him. He idled his way into the sidings, looking rather worn out.
No shit.
Daisy the diesel rail car gave a pleasant toot as she oiled in with the dairy workers. Derek's driver got out of the cab and onto the platform. "We've given you plenty of trial runs on a stretch of the main line," he started. "Soon enough you'll find your strength to pull a proper train again, just as you were designed to do." A workman coupled the milk tankers to Derek. The engine's crew walked down the platform to see if they could...
Oh, did you know that there's only one class of Derek's left? In the real world, there's only one diesel of Derek's class left, and it works on a heritage railway.
Buy themselves any treats for the return journey. "I don't know how much of this I can take," Derek said to himself. "What do you mean?" asked Daisy.
Ooh.
"I've got teething troubles, you see. It means I can't push myself too hard." Daisy scoffed.
Your engine will give out.
"Diesel engines like you and I shouldn't have to pull too much. It's bad for our swerves." Derek blinked. "What do you mean,
I like the blink.
swerves?"
I like how Derek actually...
For our swerves.
How he said that, look.
Derek blinked.
He actually blinked. Oh, that's actually quite creative,
What do you mean,
Railway Sparrow.
swerves? "Oh, haven't you heard?" began Daisy. "It's Fitter's orders. He told me never pull." As Daisy was speaking, the workman turned and went to couple up a tanker to her, always at high alert for any such occasion. Daisy saw this, and before he could pick up his shunter's pole, Daisy roared, "Excuse me!
Oh,
Do
Daisy
not
doesn't
couple
like
me up
pulling
to
them down."
those things." "But oh, whatever," the workman grumbled as he threw down his pole and stormed off. He had no time to argue with disagreeable diesels. "Leave those tankers for Toby. He can fuss around with them later," Daisy called after him. Derek was quietly impressed. His crew eventually returned, bearing full pots of tea and assortments of cakes for the journey. Some people were boarding Daisy, and she was almost ready to go too. "Take it from another engine, Derek. Diesel to diesel. We shouldn't be forced to strain ourselves beyond what we can pull." Derek's concentration was scattered as the guard's whistle blew, and he waved his green flag. Derek left the station in quite a hurry. "Goodbye, Derek, and remember what I said," called Daisy from behind.
This is not going to end well.
Derek was having a good run for the most part. He glided through the stations and yards, honking his horn to engines as they went past. They made it to Knapford Station in good time, but Derek was starting to quake. The station master approached him.
I'm pretty sure
Derek
he's
had to
got
take a special goods train to the other railway and had to leave his passenger service. Do you think you can cover it? Well, we finished Percy's milk delivery, so it seems good enough for us, assured the
Bear had
driver.
to substitute for
I'm
Bear.
not sure about this, muttered Derek. Come on, boy, comforted his driver. This'll be a good run for you. And it was. All was
Derek's
going well
actually
until they
enjoying it.
arrived at Gordon's Hill.
Uh-oh.
Derek strained up the grade, and his wheels began to spin. His engine coughed and spluttered, and then there was trouble. That's torn it, said the driver. We'll have to call for help. A message was sent to the nearest signal box to warn engines travelling up the line. Much to Derek's distaste, it was up to James to rescue the train. Stuff and nonsense, that's all you dirty diesels are, he retorted as he pulled the angry passengers away. Boko towed Derek back to the shed, where a fitter was waiting to look over his engine. Gordon and James had some things to say to Derek, which he tried his best to blow out.
Really? You
As
two?
he went to sleep, he thought...
Stop, don't be disrespectful to Derek, Gordon and James. He can't help the fact that he suffers from teething troubles. And you know how much his engine splutters.
About what Daisy had said. I'll do it tomorrow, he sighed. The next day, Derek entered the yard. He had to take Bear's train again, and he wasn't looking forward to it. Unfortunately, there was no shunter to fetch his coaches, so he had to find his own. As Derek swanked around the carriage sidings, he remembered how fiercely Daisy got away. He unfortunately wasn't a diesel rail car, and was incapable of carrying passengers without a coach in tow, so that was out of the question. Derek thought and thought about what he could do to ease his engine, until he had an idea.
What is it?
He rolled into the platform as the passengers had a nasty surprise on their hands. These coaches are awfully too small to carry all of us, one said.
This service is bound to Vicarstown. There's surely not enough room for everyone.
Another cried. Derek was blinded by his ego, thinking about how good of an idea it was to use the old branch line coaches instead of the express coaches he should have taken. Sheepishly, the guard departed the train with the passengers crammed inside. Derek happily hummed along the main line, feeling very good about himself. His sprightly mood was interrupted by a stern figure still on the platform of the next station, however. Derek, began the Fat Controller, I thought I could trust you taking care of Bear's passenger service, but all you've done is cause confusion and delay. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, sir, whimpered Derek. I was struggling to pull the coaches that I was given, so I thought a lighter load would ease the tension. They say it's bad for my
Hold on a second. If this is going to Vicarstown, then why is Derek at Lower Sudbury? Surely another mainline station like Kildane or Kelsworth would have been better, Railway Sparrow.
Swerves, you know.
Not to criticise you, but it wouldn't make sense.
The paused impressively. Swerves indeed, he said with a smile. It seems you've been influenced by those who have a particular disposition about pulling trains. I would advise you to listen to my guidance only from now on. Have I made myself clear? Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. But what am I to do about my train? I'm worried if I pull too much, my wheels just may slip too far. The Fat Controller smiled. You may have just answered your own question there, Derek. But Derek was clueless. We can use slip coaches on your train. They're mostly used in the summer period, but they would be perfect to ease the tension on your engine. And so it was arranged.
Slip coaches.
The slip coaches were happy to be put.
Coaches. I remember the Series 18 episode Duck and the Slip Coaches. They're so clever.
To work and made sure that the journey was easy for Derek.
Hooray.
As they arrived at each station, Derek could continue running happily as each coach was decoupled. With each passing station, his load became lighter and lighter.
He raced up hills with ease, and his engine had never felt so well.
Even Boko was impressed. I didn't think, he said to Edward one day, that Derek of all diesels could pull a passenger train so gracefully. Daisy, on the other hand, was not so happy. The Fat Controller had seen to it that she pulled milk tankers in addition to her usual passenger service until told otherwise. Derek is now careful about the advice he is given, and knows to listen to the word of the Fat Controller. But he was always left puzzled to what swerves actually were, and if they indeed actually existed.
That's something I want to know, what swerves are and if they actually exist. But, yeah, that was definitely well worth the wait. I mean, I love how there was interaction between Daisy and Derek. And the slip coaches, that was such a clever thing to use for Derek. And I mean, how impressive the Fat Controller's idea was when even Boko was impressed by it. And yep, and once again, Daisy got her coppins by having to pull those milk tankers that she's known for pulling on the Farquhar branch line. But Railway Sparrow, if you're watching this, I think this was a pretty good story. It was centered. Once again, another Derek story. I mean, Derek was probably one of the most underrated TV exclusive characters ever introduced. I really wished he got more screen time. Obviously, he had the cameo appearance in Calling All Engines, but I really do wish that he reappeared in Bust My Buffers. For those of you who don't know, Derek was actually going to appear in full CGI in the series 16 episode Bust My Buffers, but was cut out, which was a shame. I mean, there are several Thomas characters that could have come back in CGI, but that's a story for another day, as the narrator would always say. But nevertheless, I still enjoyed this story that I watched, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode story that I reacted to. And also let me know in the comments down below what other videos you want me to react to next. Share this video, subscribe if you're new here, ring that bell to get notified for when I upload new videos or when I post on the community tab. I think I might actually watch more of Railway Sparrow's videos on his channel, so I can see what kind of content he uploads. A bit like Joe Trainboy. I think I will subscribe to him and see what other videos he can cook up this year. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!